Okay. Hi. Thank you so much. Uh, do you just want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, my name is Sierra Taylor. I am 19 years old and I live currently in Linwood, Washington.
Awesome. So you've been very vocal about Black Lives Matter for years, and you went to a predominantly very white high school. And what was your experience, and how did your peers react when you were so vocal when you were still in high school?
Well, going to like a school that was mostly white, it was pretty complicated just because there wasn't a lot of people of color there that I could relate to on a personal level. So when I came out and said, "Hey, I'm like an activist for Black Lives Matter," a lot of people were like confused. A lot of people did not know what Black Lives Matter was. And I realized I had to inform my peers a lot about the movement and just tell people it's not a hate group. Like, we're all about love and positivity. We just want equality.
Exactly. So we see a lot of these students now that are finally speaking out about it. How do you feel that they waited so long to talk about it? Are you happy about it that they actually are using their voices now?
Um, I'm sort of in the middle. I personally feel like it's great, you know. At the same time, I see people that I went to high school with that actually used to bully me about being a Black Lives Matter activist. I went to a protest yesterday actually, and I saw somebody, my hamster, I'm sorry. I saw somebody who used to say the N word quite often and was protesting. They had a Black Lives Matter sign and they were taking pictures. And I realized that like a lot of these people that are going to these protests are doing it for clout, for like attention. And I don't feel like they care a lot about what's going on in the world. They're just like, oh, it's another trend. Let me get my following list up.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would motivate a lot of people who stayed silent for so long and perpetuated these um, what the injustices that people are fighting for now. They perpetuated them, and now they're finally joining the action. It's nice to see that maybe they've had a change of heart, but at the same time, it's hard to fully be confident in their actions when you feel like maybe they aren't truthful about them. So
I
that makes
agree.
so not only are you an activist, you are an essential worker. So can you tell me about that encounter that you posted about with that racist man?
Would you like to hear the full story?
I would love to hear the full story.
So I do a bunch of things at my store, but that particular day I was a checker and there was a man who came into my line and we had to inform everyone because COVID is still going on. You have to wear a mask. So I said it very nicely. I was like, "Hi, just so you know, next time when you come into the store, please wear a mask just because, there are people that can get it." And this man looked at me. He's like, "I don't understand why I have to wear a mask, but your people can start riots." So I'm at work. So I had to be like super calm and like be like, "Okay, well, all right." So I kind of just tried to change the subject. And then he just starts ranting about how he feels like everyone that's out in the streets is just causing mayhem. He was like, "I just don't understand why your people are acting the way that you are." He was like, "You guys are just being your stereotype. You guys are just ridiculous." So I had someone in line who was also black who looked at me and I looked at her and we just like kind of gave like eyes to each other. And this man proceeds to say, "Are you guys speaking in your African language?" And the woman said, "We're not, we don't even know each other and we're talking with our eyes." And I was just trying to hurry up and get him out of there as quickly as possible. So I then proceed to bring him up and like get his receipt. And he was like, "Can you just give me my receipt?" And I was like, "Sure." He writes a Snapchat down on the receipt. And he was like, "Here, we could talk about this when you're not at work." So then I rip it up. I'm like, "Okay, I'm not doing this." So I throw it away. And then he was like, "I want to talk to your manager. Let me talk to your manager." So I call my manager over and he tells my manager that I was being disrespectful and not listening to his beliefs. And my manager was like, "Okay, I'll talk to her." He did. talked to me. He pulled me aside and just kind of had a brief conversation with me. He was like, that man was in the wrong, so I'm gonna act like I'm having a conversation with you. So the man then goes outside, and one of my coworkers runs inside. He was like, that guy had a swastika sticker on the back of his truck. And so he's now banned for life at any Safeway that he attends. So.
Well, I'm very glad that your manager took your side and banned that man. That's what needs to happen. When things are happening in workplaces, that is exactly what needs to happen. The managers for sure should be taking your side. So I'm glad that happened though. So you've attended a couple protests, and I just like to hear your experiences about it because there's a lot of misinformation going around about what's actually happening. So I want to hear it from you. What's been going on?
The first protest that I went to was the one in Mill Creek, and it was completely peaceful. I saw so many people that I knew at that protest who walked with me and wanted to make sure that I was comfortable. One thing that really stuck out to me was when we were walking and crossing the street, the cops would stop traffic so we could make it across the street safely and no one would like hit us with their car or something. There was one time a cop actually went up to a protester, and he was Black, and he gave him a hug, and he was like, he said to the man, he was like, I'm in this uniform 8 hours a day, but I'm Black for the rest of my life. And I thought that was amazing. And then yesterday I went to one in Mukilteo, which one of my one of my classmates from high school, he actually put it together. And I swear at least like 78% of those people that live in Mukilteo were at that protest. It was so crazy. I saw the pictures online. I just like being there, I was like, wow, this is a lot of people. But seeing the pictures is like, wow, that is a lot of people. I feel like some people are actually like, they were silent before and they knew it was an issue, but now people are actually being vocal. Like, people are losing their lives. We need to do something. I can't sit in silence anymore. And I thought that was amazing.
That is incredible. I saw the turnout as well, and I was just really impressed that, especially Mukilteo as a not very diverse community coming together to do that. That's really great.
Yeah.
So the officers involved with George Floyd have been arrested, which is great, but there's still so much to do. So how are you keeping momentum to continue this fight for justice?
I'm posting a lot on my Instagram story. I'm also sending links to my friends of like places you can donate, sign your names on petitions. I'm also informing people like every day about history that happened. Like, let's say it's June 4th. I'm talking about history that happened on June 4th in the Black community. I just really like to keep people posted on everything that's going on through social media because I can't obviously pull people aside and talk to them personally about it face to face, especially now. But I have a lot of people that also message me and ask me questions about things. They're like, can I post this? Like, is this appropriate? So I'm also just like informing like my non-people or POC friends of things that you can do as well.
Do you have any final thoughts that you would like to say?
I just want to say, like, keep fighting because what you're doing right now is amazing. And that's really going to help my future and every Black person's future. And I think that everyone that is fighting, who is protesting, is absolutely amazing. And I really do appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Sierra.
Of course.